My name is Drew Nicholas. I'm a project manager with Southland Industries. Where we're at today is downtown DC off of Pennsylvania Avenue. We're at a secure federal project that Southland Industries and Hensel Phelps worked on over the past 3 years. The project holistically had a set budget, and the goal was to replace as many of the piping in the back of house as possible. Really the goal was to replace all of it, but that wasn't possible with the budget given, so each team had to prioritize their attack or approach in the proposal. Ultimately Southland and Hensel Phelps won, and over the past 3 years we've been working to build a new infrastructure and then phase over all the existing infrastructure into the new infrastructure to allow the facility to keep going with the mission and without taking it offline due to it being 100% occupied throughout the entire construction process. Anything in downtown DC, you're really limited on the space that you have to for a laydown yard or anything that goes with the entire logistics around the project. So from a planning perspective, this was a true challenge. Getting deliveries had to be scheduled by the hour. We had a 2-week maximum time of any materials that were on the project for laydown. And then given once we went into the actual renovation and phasing portion of the build, we had project teams on site 24 hours, 6 days a week, actually working through all the piping replacement, because we were actually taking down large portions of the building where the construction team internal to the Bureau was relocating and reallocating resources throughout to allow us to actually to execute the project to keep the mission online. So ultimately it had any given challenge that a renovation would that we were discovering along the way, which had its own challenges, but then trying to create a schedule that we could keep to and really communicate our process to the owner so they could go ahead and have the foresight to be able to plan their resources and properly not impact any of the mission was a challenge throughout the entire build.
This is 55 8th Street, student housing for Georgetown University. We're actually located a couple blocks away from their main law school campus. The facade is made up of brick, terracotta, metal panel.
There's over 280,000 brick on all 4 facades. There's 10,000 square feet of terracotta, primarily in the front and the back. And in the back, as we get into the amenity spaces, you'll also see some natural or rubble stone, some granite curbs, and the granite wainscots here were also done by Calvert Masonry. I think the first thing about this project, as you notice since we're on the street here, is that this is your only elevation access to this project. You see there's a building 6 feet away behind us that we had to do 10 stories of masonry for, and then in the back is completely blocked by the Gonzaga track and field. So this is the primary facade, the south elevation, the 8th Street elevation. This is where most of the terracotta is. Each one of these panels has a bonded corner, and as you see, they all jump around. The stacks jump around, and they mix in with the metal panel. So the architect broke it up in that fashion. But they also, everything is in alignment with the metal panels and the piers down below. And that took some initiative on our guys, but I think they did a pretty good job getting everything to align. You'll also notice the colors. It's very subtle, but there are 2 colors in the panels. We have rubble stone and some bluestone caps, and some of the granite curbs were all done by Calvert here as well in this yard. This is a very nice space.